We can basically solve this particular problem using one stack, right? And we will just discuss how we can basically solve the problem using one stack, and that too with a time complexity of order n and a space complexity of also order n. So we will just understand how it is actually working, right? So one important point to be kept in mind while discussing this problem is here we will keep track of the previously printed node in a pointer called pre. That's it. We just please keep in mind this one particular thing. Here we will be making use of an extra pointer pre that will basically help us know which is the node which was previously printed. The previously printed node that will basically be pointed by the pre pointer, right? So how the algorithm actually works. So, and also remember that we only print a node if its right child is null or equal to pre. What does it indicate? Please keep attention. So basically they say that a node will be printed only if its right child is null. So this indicates the leaf node or equal to pre. So right child equal to pre, right? Or right child equal to pre. What does it indicate? We just now saw that pre means the node which is previously printed. So it indicates if right child is equal to previously printed, means if right child is already printed. So we just now discussed that in case of post order traversal. In post order traversal, right, what happens? First left child will be printed, then right child, and then root. So if right child is already printed, it indicates that now it's time to print the root, right? It's now correct time to print the root node. So that is why they have clearly mentioned that we only print a node if its right child is either null, which indicates the leaf node, or equal to pre, which indicates the right child is equal to the pre-printed node, or the right child is already printed right now, previously printed. So in that particular case, we can conclude that we are standing on the root node and it is time to print the root actually. So what we will do? We will print the root node at that time. Now how the algorithm actually works. So this was the prerequisite understanding, okay? Till here. We just have to understand what actually we are going to do. We are going to use the pre pointer that will keep track of the node which is previously printed, and we will print a node only if this condition is true. Which condition? This is the condition. Either if right child is null or right child equal to pre. Important. Now, the algorithm begins from here. So first of all, what we need to do is basically we have a tree, suppose 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. Okay, now what do? We basically first of all push all the left nodes into the stack till it hits null. So our job is first of all, right now we are pointing at this. So if it is non-null, push the address of 1 into the stack. Non-null, push the address of 2 into the stack and move left. Non-null, push the address of 4 into the stack and move left. So if I move left now, left is now pointing to null. Fine. So if now it hits null, so what do? In that particular situation, now we will say which is your parent. Means we want to go to the parent node. So right now we are to null, we are pointing at null, but now we have to point to the parent, and parent is now 4, right? Parent is now 4. So basically that address I can get from the stack. The top of the stack is basically the address of the parent. So I will do what? Root equal to as dot peak. So root equal to as dot top in case of C++. So basically I'll point here. Now what happens? I will check if its right tree is processed or not. So for that, what is the condition? If its right child is null or equal to pre, that is what we are going to do. That is what we are going to do. See, if root is right equal to null or pre, either of this is true, it will mean that we have traversed the right subtree already. That is what we discussed here, isn't it? So in that particular case, we can assume that okay, now it is the correct time to process the specific node. So what we will do, we will print the root node and pop it from S. So basically, so right now we have the address of 4 and we found that its right is null, true. So what do? We print 4. So basically we will print 4 and pop it from the stack. So now we no longer have A4 into the stack. Fine, because we know that the second visit is already completed. We don't need 4 anymore. Now where will the root point? Now make pre equal to root. So basically now pre will point to the node which is currently printed. Currently 4 was printed, so pre will point here, and root will be made null. Why are we making root equal to null? So root is made null because we don't. Now you see, root is made null because we know that if root is not null, what happens? It keeps on pushing all the elements to the left. You see, push all left nodes into the stack until it hits null. We will see this particular thing while discussing the problem. That if root is non-null, then it keeps on moving left. But we know that we have already done the left traversal. So we will make root equal to null. Now what is else? Now we know that right now we discussed that if root right is processed, if root right is equal to null or pre, it indicates that the right subtree is already processed. So better process the current node. What if the right subtree is not processed? Okay, this is else is corresponding to this particular statement. What if the right subtree is not processed? So if the right subtree is not processed, we have to process it. So in order to process it, we have to say root equal to root right. Better move right and just repeat the process for this. This will say traverse the right subtree before printing the root. So this basically we have to traverse the right subtree before printing the root. And when I was printing the root, if I found that the right tree is already traversed, then I was just printing it. But if it is not traversed already, if the right subtree is not traversed already, I will have to do the right traversal. So root equal to root right. Fine. This process will keep on repeating until the stack is empty or root is null. Right. So we will keep on repeating this until stack is empty or root is null. Fine. So now let us see how we can implement this algorithm into a code. So points to remember: we will do the printing only if right child is null or equal to pre. We will keep track of the previously printed node, right? And these things we just now discussed, right? What if the right subtree is not null or it is not visited? And we just do the visit the right subtree, fine? So let us now implement this particular in code. So for that particular reason, I am going to clear the screen and write the code, fine? So let us do one thing. Let us open the problem from Geek4Geeks. So I have just opened the problem from Geek4Geeks. So I'll be writing the particular problem. Yeah, post auto traversal iterative. So what to do? Let us try to code this particular problem. Fine. So whatever we discussed, we will be implementing here. Now I'll be very fast here because we are already familiar with what do we do. So basically, I'm going to keep track of all the traversal into the vector. So vector integer, right? And output. Got the point? So this will basically keep track of all the outputs. What's next? Next, basically, I have to declare a function solve, which will basically do my traversal node star root, right? And we know that this function will be called from this particular part. Right? This particular function will be called from here. So what do I have to do? I basically have to say, first of all, we know that output dot clear, right? And we have to say solve root, right? So this particular function will be called here, and we know that once this particular function is called successfully and completed, we will be having the value stored in return in output. So basically we have to return output, right? We know this, fine. But now we know we have to complete the function solve. So how do we complete the function solve? In order to complete the function solve, we will focus here. Now in the inside solve function, we know that just now in the algorithm we discussed that this process will continue with the help of a stack. So basically we need a stack. So I'll write stack, and that will be storing the address of nodes. So basically stack node star, and name of the stack is stack. Fine. What next? Now we also discussed that we will be using the help of a pointer that will be pre dot node pre equal to null, initially pointing to null. Pre indicates which node is previously visited, right? Okay. Right now it is initialized to null, and now we will repeat this process until we as long as root is not equal to null, or we find that the stack is not empty. Okay, stack is not empty. So either stack is not empty or root is not equal to null. We will basically enter the loop, and once we enter the loop, what do? We check if root is not equal to null. I hope you can understand what is going on. Root not equal to null. So if root not equal to null, right? What was happening? So basically we see, I'll be showing you the diagram here. So that basically means we have a tree 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right now root is pointing to this node. So if this is not null, what we do? We keep on pushing the elements into the stack and move on towards left until we find null. That is what we will write here. We just now discussed this, right? If root is not equal to null, then better push the element to the stack. Stack dot push root. Push them into the stack and keep on moving left. Root equal to root left. Got the point? Push the address of the node into the stack and keep on moving left. Now, once you reach null, what will happen? Once you reach null, this if will no longer be executed, and now we will come to the else part. So once you reach the null, what we will do is so long till now what has happened? We have pushed 1, 2 and 4. Actually, address of 4, address of 2, address of 1, right? So now once we've encountered null, now what we'll do? We will call its parent, right? We will point to its parent. So its parent is basically root equal to stack.top, right? Root equal to stack.top. Its parent is root equal to stack.top. Now I'll check that whether the right subtree of this particular root is processed or not, right? So for that, what do we do? If root next, root right, if root right is equal to null, okay, or if root right is equal to pre, okay, means processed. If root right is also visited already, then what does it indicate? It indicates that it is the correct time to process the current node which we are present in. That is time to process this particular node 4, right? This particular node 4. So till now I am pointing to this. I have not removed this. So I'll process it. So processing means I'll print it. But we know that instead of printing, what we are going to do? We are saying output dot push back root data. Right? We are going to push back root data. So we'll push back root data, and now we no longer need this in the stack. So basically we'll say stack dot pop. So basically this particular element 4 will now be popped up from the stack. So popped means this will be removed from the stack, right? So this will be removed from the stack. Now it is removed from the stack. So what will happen? So now we will basically update our pre pointer. Now pre means what? Pre is pointing to the most recent visited node. So most recent visited is root right now, right? And now root will point to null. We remember we discussed why we are saying root equal to null, because see, if right now, if I don't say root is not equal root equal to null, what would happen? This control comes back here and it says root not equal to null, then keep on moving left. It will keep on moving left. But now I no longer want to go towards left. Why? Because it is already visited. So in order to prevent that, we say root equal to null. Okay, you please understand this code once again after the completion. So that will make it more clear why we are doing root equal to null. Because if root is not equal to, if it is not made null, next time again it will be found to be true and it will enter this and keep on moving left. So program will not proceed, right? So better say root equal to null. Fine. What if now this condition was, remember this particular part is executed. This is basically doing processing of root when right subtree is already processed. Okay, we will be executing this when right subtree is already processed. Now if right subtree is not already processed, what should we do? Simple, else part, right? We will basically say root equal to root right. Getting the point? If right subtree is not already processed, we will say root equal to root right. So this is basically the corresponding to this. So if right subtree is processed, then process the root. If right subtree is not already processed, then update the root to the right pointer, and this will repeat it as long as this is true. Fine. So this is from this particular part, right? So I hope this code is clear and easy to understand, and I hope this will be very helpful. Now we can also do one thing. You can try the dry run of this particular code, right? In case of any query, you can please put your doubts in the comment section. I've already explained how this particular problem is actually working, but still for simplicity, let us suppose we are using a simple example 1, 2 and 3, okay? And suppose only 4 is here, and we want to basically perform the post order traversal on this using this particular problem. So initially we have root here. So what we are doing as per this particular statement, keep on pushing them in the stack. So 1 is pushed, 2 is pushed, 4 is pushed into the stack. Fine. And now we are pointing to null. So we came here, now pointing to null. The moment we are pointing to null, what do? We say root equal to stack.top. The root will now basically point to 4 because stack.top is 4. The root is pointing to 4. What do we do now? We check whether its right subtree is null or it is processed. So obviously right subtree is equal to null is true. So we come inside and say push back root's data. Root's data is 4, so 4 will be printed. And then what do? Stack.pop. 4 will be removed from here. That's it. 4 is removed. What is the next step? We say pre is equal to root. So now pre will point to this root node. Root is 4 now, right? Pre is pointing here. And we make root equal to null. So remember root is made null now. Now what happens? We go back. So while root not equal to null, it is true, false, because root has become null now. Or stack non-empty, but this is true. So this was false, but this is true because stack is non-empty. So what we'll do? Come inside. If root not equal to null, then do this. But we know root has already been made null. So we'll move to the else part. The moment we move to the else part, now root will point to the top of the stack. 2. So now root becomes 2. And remember, pre is 4, right? Root is now pointing to 2. Now what we'll do? If root right is equal to null, means if root right is already processed, but you can see root right is null here, right? True. What does it indicate? That it is null means I don't have anything to print from the right. So better process this node. So we'll say output dot push back root's data. So 2 will be pushed. And again we remove this from the stack because of pop. Fine. And pre is equal to root. What will it do? It will basically make it the most recently visited node, right? And root is equal to null. Again root is equal to null. Go back. Why root not equal to null? False, because root is null now. But this condition is true, and this is the OR statement. So basically we will get inside. Because stack is non-empty, because we still have root node 1 in the stack. Come inside. Root not equal to null. False. Why? Because we know that root is null now. We will come to the else part. What we will do? Root equal to stack.top. Stack.top is 1. So basically now root is pointing to this node 1. What happens next? Now we will check whether right subtree is null or it is not visited. So root right equal to null. False. Root right equal to pre. Is it visited? No. Why? Because pre is now pointing to this node. Means left subtree is visited, but right subtree is not visited. So if right subtree is not visited, we increment the pointer to right subtree. So root will now come here. We don't have root here. Root comes to 3. Now again root comes to 3. We go back. Root is not null. True. Come inside. Root not null. True. Stack dot push root. So basically we'll push 3 into the stack. Address of 3 into stack. Root equal to root left. Root left is again null. If it is found to be null, what do we do? Root equal to stack dot top. Stack dot top is 3. So root is pointing here. We'll check root's right. Root's right is null, which means it's time to process this node. We'll say print 3 because of this, and pop from the stack. So basically 3 will be popped up from the stack. Fine. I'm going a bit faster. You can decrease the speed of the lecture and you can understand it. So now root equal to null again and pre equal to root. So now pre becomes this 3. Pre becomes pointing to 3. Now pre will point to 3. Basically the node pre is pointing to 3 and root is becoming null now. Now we'll go back and check whether root is not equal to null. False. Stack.empty. False. Why? Because we have 1 in the stack. Come inside. Root not equal to null. False, because root is null now. Else what we'll do? Root is equal to stack.top. Now root will point to 1. Root is pointing to 1. Now we'll check whether its right subtree is visited. So right subtree is equal to null. False, because we have a node in the right subtree. But root's right is equal to pre. True. Isn't it? Root's right is equal to pre. Right now see? 3. And root's right is pointing to the node where pre is pointing. So it indicates that right subtree is processed, so it's time to process this node. So better print 1. So 1 will be printed. And again what will happen? Pre will become equal to root, so this will become pre. Root will become null. Stack is empty. Go back. Root not equal to null. True. Stack empty. True. Not true. False. False. False means this will never be entered again. So the problem is completed. Its execution, and we have 4 2 3 1 as the output. So this was the question 1 2 3 and 4, right? So the post-order traversal will basically be 4, 2, 3 and 1, and it is correct. Let us now quickly see the answer of this particular code. So whether this particular code runs fine or not. So let me just compile it. Okay, there is little mistake somewhere. Okay, I think I have just missed out semicolon. Sorry for this. Again, okay, the same mistake. So this was basically be node, okay? Because here they have passed node, so this will be node. File it. That's it. Fine. The problem is working fine, and yes, that's all from this particular video. I hope the video was very helpful. In case of any doubt, please put your doubts in the comment section, and please like, share and subscribe, and I am 100% sure the program will compile. So yeah, that's it. So that's all from this side. Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for more updates.